I feel like this is a playoff team. But there's a difference between saying I think they're a playoff team and guaranteeing that they're in right now, no doubts. And I'm not ready. Like I said, even if it's a 5% chance, 8% chance, I'm not there yet. It's going to take me another week or two before I say, all right, I've seen enough. They've been able to hold off the other teams at bay. You still got KD coming back tomorrow night. You still got Luka and Kyrie trying to figure things out. Can they do that? So there are some things here. Then Andre, 49ers for life. I love this idea from Andre, this theory.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you guys want the Kings to get injured. Guys talk about that every day.
No, I was very clear on not making it the Kings. I said it could happen to any team.
I would just say there's no way on God's green earth that we want anybody to get hurt.
That would be bad for business.
Yes. Like, here, let's peel back the curtain here a little bit. And we've restarted the YouTube page if you want to check it out. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140.
They threw some coal in the engine.
The gremlins are now gone.
There
so if you want to jump in and join us there again, YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Yeah, I mean, peek behind the curtain here. The better the Kings play, the better for us, the better for the station, the better for the brand. We're the flagship of the Sacramento Kings. If they get to the playoffs, it's wonderful news. If they stay healthy, it's fantastic news. So we literally have every reason, personally and professionally, to hope this team stays healthy and continues to win games. That's how this thing works. So, yes, we want them to be healthy. We're not trying to speak it into the ether.
I even was very careful not to put the bad juju on them.
You did?
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes, very true. You had
went out of my way.
You had the caveat there
yes.
to what you had to say. All right. So you've been, Ramie, you've been hard at work.
I've been crunching the numbers.
You've been workshopping.
Clickety-clacking on that calculator.
There's a magic number in baseball. This is the first time I remember magic number was baseball growing up.
Yes,
right? The combo of wins and losses to get you into the playoffs.
Yes.
Well, Ramie,
I have it. I have two of them.
You told me this morning. I don't know how you can have two magic numbers.
Two magic numbers.
You told us this morning during the show meeting that you've been hard at work and you have the magic number. And I guess now you have the magic numbers.
Dos.
Okay, explain.
Numeros magico. One is the magic number to clinch a playoff spot. The other is the magic number to hold on to that 3 seed, Nick Cattles.
Wow, you've been really doing work.
Yes, I've been hard at work.
How much did Emily help you with this?
This was all me. This was all me and a calculator. I'm not going to lie. I had the aid of the old calculator app on my phone to clinch a playoff spot. The magic number to clinch a playoff spot between them and the Portland Trailblazers is 18. So 18. The magic number to clinch the 3 seed is 19.
So you say playoff. You mean top 6 seed?
Top 6 seed. Or excuse me. Yes, that would eliminate the Warriors, not the Blazers. To eliminate the Warriors and get a top 6 seed, the magic number is 18.
18. And so any combination of losses and wins, losses for the Warriors, wins for the Kings,
now,
if you get to 18, you're good.
I will say this. This comes with the caveat that unlike a lot of magic numbers where a win and, say, a Warriors loss automatically cuts two off of the magic number, let's say the Warriors and the Jazz, who are a half game behind the Warriors, let's say they're both playing on the same night.
Yes.
Warriors win, Jazz lose.
Yes.
Jazz leapfrog the Warriors in the standings. That would mean that you didn't knock 2 games off the magic number. You only knocked 1 off because the magic number is between you and whoever is that 7 seed.
Right.
So it won't always go the way that we know a magic number to go. But right now, the magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 19, and the magic number to hold on to that 3 seed is 18. Does that make sense? Does everything I just explained make sense?
Yes. Right. I don't know how many people got it. I think I got it because it's so fluid at 6 and 7.
And because, the standings are so tight that if the Jazz pass the Warriors or whoever is in that 8 spot passes the team in the 7 spot, then you would only gain the 1 game in the magic number.
So 19 gets you into the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay. That's what we need to remember.
No, 18 gets you
18 gets you into the playoffs.
19 to clinch the 3 seed.
So only one
game separates those 2 magic numbers. That's how crazy this all is right now.
Like here's the good thing. When we talk magic number, we talk playoffs. If you look behind the Kings at this point, the only team that truly scares me is Phoenix with KD. Now you could make the argument of LA, the Clippers with the additions they made. But again, scares me, not concerns me, but scares me would be Phoenix. So I think you're in a really, really good spot. And one of the reasons why you're in a good spot, Ramie, here in late February, last day of February today on this Tuesday, is Malik Monk and what he's done in this month. Now, he was awful shooting the basketball in December and January, just god awful,
there
terrible.
You go again. Be a negative. Be a negative, Nick.
But February has been an anti-funk. It's the anti-funk February because Frankie C tweeted this out today.
Deodorant.
The nine games Monk has played in the month of February, he's averaging 18.5 points, 3.5 assists. He's shooting 54% from the field, 48% from three-point land. And when Malik is playing at that kind of a level, and when he's shooting at that kind of a level, Ramie, this bench is just much more dynamic. It's like when you have a bat in a baseball lineup and you lengthen the lineup, they say, right? You lengthen the order. That's kind of what Monk does to the bench. Like if you can count on him shooting well and giving you that spark, now everybody else falls into place. If he's not doing that, then you got a lot of trouble on your hands.
We both had baseball analogies in mind. I was thinking of a bullpen. And where, you add like a number one go-to guy arm out of the bullpen.
Yeah.
And everybody else's load is lightened. You know what I mean? And both the load in terms of what you actually expect from them on the field and the mental load of the pressure. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of weight off a lot of guys, and not just on the bench. It takes weight off D Fox. It takes weight off Sabonis. When you have a go-to guy coming off your bench like Malik Monk has been in stretches this year, and the stretch that he's in now, it completely changes a basketball team.
And then, of course, it also makes the Fox-Monk combination that much more deadly when Monk's got it going. And if you want to close games with Monk out there and you got Fox going downhill and you got Monk making shots, makes his team very, very difficult to beat down the stretch. We saw what happened with both of those guys against the Clippers on Friday night. They were the reason why this team had a chance to win that crazy game. And it also covers for Davion. As I've said, I don't have much hope for Davion to turn things around here this season. I don't think he feels comfortable. I don't think he is, in the right role with Monk being a playmaker. So it puts less on Davion if Monk is playing as well as he's played in February. I want to remind you, all guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. 916-339-1140 is the text line. Don't forget, our awesome website is sactownsports.com. You can visit the website and check out all the podcasts. Frankie doing his excellent Kings writing and coverage. We've got Emil doing Niners and UFC and all sorts of other stuff as well. Sactownsports.com. We got some wrestling tickets to give away if you're into that kind of thing. We'll be doing that coming up shortly. Also, a former MVP's relationship with his current team is not getting any better. We'll give you the latest next.
You keep asking, we keep delivering. We keep delivering. Tune in Wednesday, March 1st at 9 a.m. for another monumental announcement that will change the sports landscape in Sacramento.
On Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Pretty soggy out there with occasional showers this afternoon. Also a chance of a thunderstorm. It's going to be breezy and cool. Highs today in the upper 40s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The recent storm has caused dangerous driving conditions for us. The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down. Be alert and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
What do you mean he went searching for fresher powder? We have full classes today.
Instructor down at Vesper Ski School.
Toward each other to snowplow, honey, not away.
She needs more ski instructors to slalom through the day-to-day.
Pizza, fries. Whoa, Braley, no, pizza.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
It never dawned on me how much walking I used to do until I bought a house in the suburbs. Like when I'd say, I'm going for coffee, of course I was walking, but now it's like 3 miles and no latte's worth that. I find myself inviting people on walks with me like it's a scheduled activity. This morning, my neighbor asked me what I'm doing, and I actually said, I'm going for a walk with Nancy.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
They say you can't have it all. The incredibly versatile Mercedes-Benz SUV family proves otherwise. Top-of-the-line vehicles, each groundbreaking in their own right. There's the versatile GLC, the optional third-row GLB, the powerhouse GLE, the agile GLA, and the brilliantly cutting-edge Mercedes-Benz GLS. Each SUV boasts the seamless technology you'd expect from a signature Mercedes-Benz vehicle, with the category-leading safety innovations your family deserves. From MBUX voice-activated technology to pre-safe collision response that initiates passenger protection measures in a matter of seconds. Each SUV in this family built to protect what matters most, your family. The exceptional 2023 Mercedes-Benz SUV family. Intelligence not yet seen from SUVs. A family of distinct models, all equally impressive. Test drive one of the 8 impressive models at your local dealer or learn more now at MBUSA.com.
The team at M&S Auto Group loves it when our repeat customers tell friends about their great car shopping experience with us. We appreciate that. And if you're a newcomer, welcome. M&S Auto Group has over 300 super clean cars, trucks, and SUVs, and lots of 4x4s and American muscle cars for those who work hard and play hard. El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto Group, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Founded in Northern Ireland, PRG has grown from humble beginnings to become the top brand in custom golf accessories for most of the world's top 100 golf courses. PRG offers original designs as well as Arnold Palmer, Folds of Honor, collegiate license, and Major League Baseball product designs. PRG is the official supplier of the Ryder Cup. PRG is available at major golf shops, or PRG makes it easy to purchase directly for your individual use at prg-golf.com. prg-golf.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Hey, Sacramento. The 2 days per week landscape watering schedule returns March 1st. Even-numbered addresses water on Wednesday and Sunday. Odd numbers water Tuesday and Saturday. Learn more at cityofsacramento.org/drought.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports' IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com and sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's film at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Simone Rickford. Yesterday, according to Shams Charania of The Athletic, Lakers superstar LeBron James is expected to miss multiple weeks due to a right foot injury. James claims he heard a pop during the Lakers-Mavs game on Sunday and continued to play through it. Now sidelined, James is going to undergo further testing and conversations to learn the full extent of the injury. Sacramento Kings are back in action tonight as they look to sweep the 2-game series with the Thunder. However, as of this afternoon, the Beam team might square up without De'Aaron Fox. The speedy guard remains questionable as the speedy guard remains questionable for the team tonight due to left wrist soreness. The Ops on the other side of the ball have listed all-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out as well. Cattles and Ramie are going to break it all down for you right up until game night, starting at 3:30 on Sactown Sports. I'm Simone. Those are your headlines. Welcome back to Cattles and Ramie.
With you 1 mile at a time during the afternoon drive. Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
We'll have your chance to win AEW Dynamite tickets coming up in a little bit, just a few minutes, so you want to stay tuned for that. We have a pair of tickets for you a week from tomorrow, the show. I will not be there. I have to do this show, unfortunately. That's how it works.
Love you too, buddy.
So there you have it.
But you will get to see Revolution.
I will be at Revolution, yes.
Oh,
on
good.
Sunday in San Francisco.
Nice.
I will also be making that drive late at night back to Sacramento.
Oh, why not just stay the night?
Less than ideal.
Just stay the night.
No, because then I got work responsibilities, man.
All right.
Throws everything off.
Okay.
I'd rather get in a little bit
All
late,
right.
sleep.
I'm going to be there as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
You got the thing.
I did.
Nice. Nice.
You got the thing? That sounded very surreptitious.
Yeah.
Like there were
I might have to hit you up with
underhanded dealings going on. No, you got the thing?
Nah, you got like a media thing.
You got the thing,
You got the media pass.
You got the stuff?
Wonder if that means I can get Chris out before, or is he going to be a very responsible member of the media? He's going to get a text on Sunday. We'll test him. We'll see where he's at. We'll see.
What's that laugh?
That's an
That was
evil laugh. I want to correct myself because over the last several weeks, I have been wrong about the buyout situation. So I have been saying that players that don't sign by March 1st are not eligible for the playoffs. That is wrong. Players have to be waived by March 1st. As long as they're waived by March 1st, they can sign at any point following that and be playoff eligible. So it's a waiver deadline. It is not a signing deadline. With that in mind, Will Barton has agreed to join the Toronto Raptors, kind of a really random team and choice. I thought he'd go to one of the top, 3 or 4 seeds in either conference.
Team that had a shot.
But he goes to Toronto.
Okay.
So Nerlens Noel is he's still out there, and I think Nerlens Noel is the best option for the Kings right now on the buyout market. We'll keep an eye out for you and let you know if anything happens on that side. By the way, it's 2:33 here on a Tuesday, and Time Check brought to you by Cosi Medical Clinic, dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Before the giveaway, Ramie, and before we get back to some NBA and some Kings, Lamar Jackson versus the Ravens. It's getting more contentious by the day. At least it feels that way. There was a report that came out over the weekend that Lamar had absolutely zero to do with the hiring of Todd Monken, the new OC in Baltimore, who was the Georgia offensive coordinator. Apparently, Lamar was not asked about his thoughts on that. Was not brought into the conversation, had nothing to do with the OC hire. Now, I'm not saying he should make the decision, but it is a little bit weird when you have the former MVP, QB1, franchise guy, not involved in the conversations about, hey, we're going to bring this guy in. How do you feel about it, Lamar?
I always say, like, even if you don't value their opinion, if they want their opinion valued, make them feel like it's valued. Like, lie to them if you have to, but just to keep the peace and keep the waters calm. You know what I mean? Make them feel like you care what they think, even if you don't.
Right. Yeah. Like, bring them in, make them feel special. Hey, you're the guy. We want you to be happy, even if it's not the total truth. So the fact that, like, he hasn't really been involved that's interesting to me. And then we had Stephen A. Smith go out on ESPN, and there's been a back and forth now for months. I mean, there's really been a back and forth between Jackson and the team going back like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew this contract was going to be a tough negotiation. The Deshaun Watson contract happened last offseason, and that further complicated things. And so it's been this, tit for tat thing, and a lot of it public, which is not good. Jackson going to Twitter, trying to explain his injury to let people know I'm not dodging the playoffs. I'm not trying to be, somebody who's tough to get along with. I want to be out there with my team.
Remember, he took to Twitter last offseason and denied some contract report that was out there that the Ravens had offered him a certain amount. And he was like, this never crossed my desk. I don't know where you got that from.
Right. So you go from the very public social media posts by Jackson to the next step. And the next step, apparently, is to pick up the phone and get a hold of Stephen A. Smith.
I was connected to Lamar Jackson's camp yesterday. And I was absolutely emphatically assured Lamar Jackson has never asked for a fully guaranteed deal. Now, I don't want to sit up there and dispute or refute what other NFL insiders for this network and beyond are saying. I don't cover the NFL like that. They do. So I'm not questioning anybody's reporting or anything like that. I would never do that to my colleagues and contemporaries. I would never disrespect anybody like that. But I just want to make sure that I'm clear about I'm echoing what Lamar Jackson's camp said because they reached out to me personally yesterday. A, they have never asked for a fully guaranteed contract. B, the number that the Baltimore Ravens stopped at was $133 million guaranteed. This is with them knowing Deshaun Watson got $230 million, that Kyler Murray got $189 million, that Russell Wilson got $165 million. The Ravens, supposedly, according to Lamar Jackson's camp, has stopped at $133 million.
Lamar Jackson's camp, quote unquote, which is some of his family and Lamar himself. I mean, they not only reached out to Stephen A. to help their narrative, but they gave him exact, specific, pinpoint numbers of At some point, something's got to change because it's rather obvious that these sides are not getting along. To me, it looks like it's getting uglier. It sounds like it's getting uglier. And none of this helps any. Who does this help? Like this back and forth public spat between quarterback and team is helping absolutely nobody.
Well,
right
this
now.
is
well, other than teams in the NFL that aren't the Ravens, it's helping them, I guess.
There are two things that whichever side is leaking, and I think both sides have leaked various things throughout this, and you just laid out the timeline, Nick. It's for two things. One is they're hoping to get the public on their side and put public pressure on the other side. In other words, if you're the Ravens, make Lamar the bad guy and the guy who has to come closer to what the Ravens want to pay him, and vice versa. Lamar wants to make the Ravens the bad guy. And two, if there is some sort of divorce, you want to be able to go, hey man, not my fault. You know what I mean? We tried everything we can,
right?
And they were unreasonable. That's why you put stuff out there like this, is to either get public support on your side and put public pressure on the other. And if this thing falls apart, you want to look cleanest coming out of it.
It's just far from ideal to be in this spot.
Oh yeah,
with the
this
guy
is not how you want to
former
handle
MVP.
things.
By the way, if you're wondering, Joel Corey, who does all the contract work at CBS Sports, he's a former agent. He says he broke down the contract and all the numbers, what he thinks would be fair. What he believes a fair contract would look like for Jackson is a 4-year deal, $210 million total, overall contract guarantees of $170 million. So if the Ravens are offering $133, they are well short.
If they want to point to Deshaun Watson and go, outlier, nobody gets a fully guaranteed contract. Outlier. Did Stephen A. just say right there Kyler Murray got 188 guaranteed? I need at least that if I'm Lamar Jackson. If you want to call Deshaun Watson an outlier, okay. I'm not making less than Kyler Murray if I'm Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. That's just simply not happening.
There's also a lot of funny money.
I know.
I'm not going to sit there and trust Stephen A. Smith with his numbers. I'm sure he hasn't looked at an NFL contract. But the Ravens also, I would say, Warren Sharp tweeted this out, most expensive offenses the last 4 years. The Ravens have spent the least amount of money towards their offense in the last 4 years, a combined $273 million. That's
shameful.
So Lamar has that too in his pocket to throw at them during these negotiations. All right, let's give away these tickets. All Elite Wrestling, feel the fallout of Revolution, March 8th, a week from tomorrow at Golden One with All Elite Wrestling. Secure your seats today at www.goldenonecenter.com/events. Again, this is tickets to AEW Dynamite a week from tomorrow night at the G1C. Caller number 9 to the contest line, 1-800-920-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Caller number 9 wins those tickets to go check out AEW a week from tomorrow at Golden One Center. The fallout from Revolution happening on Sunday night in San Francisco. The latest on LeBron and more coming up next.
Sactown Sports continues to grow in 2023. And Wednesday, March 1st, we will announce our biggest addition yet. Tune into the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross at 9 a.m. for all the details.
Would you do everything it took to protect your family? Of course you would. It's why we recommend Simply Safe Home Security. They make it easy to protect every inch of your home with advanced security tech, powered by 24/7 professional monitoring. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafecolin.com. Claim a free indoor security camera, plus 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafecolin.com. There is no safe like SimpliSafe. This show's sponsored by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process. Therapy's all about deepening that self-awareness because sometimes you don't know what you really want until you talk things through. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. Visit betterhelp.com/herd today and get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp, HELP.com/herd.
ATM Mortgage. When times get tough, you need a lender that gets even tougher. Hi, Jeff Tarbell with ATM Mortgage. We can still show you an affordable path to home ownership, and all you have to do is call 916-338-9400. That's 338-9400, or online at atmmortgage.net. ATM Mortgage. License under California CFL and MLS 223-4889.
Would you do everything it took to protect your family? Of course you would. It's why we recommend Simply Safe Home Security. They make it easy to protect every inch of your home with advanced security tech, powered by 24/7 professional monitoring. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafecolin.com. Claim a free indoor security camera, plus 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafecolin.com. There is no safe like SimpliSafe. The secret to getting endless hot water at home. Go tankless with Navien. Navien tankless water heaters provide endless hot water for spa-like comfort. How? They heat water on demand, right when you need it, instead of wasting energy by storing it in a tank, which means you get instant hot water that never, ever runs out. Right now, save hundreds on Navien tankless water heaters with local rebates. It's easy. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
All right, class, it's the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. Welcome to Fandom 101. Here's your assignment. Lesson 1, go big for every bucket. 2, work together. And 3, attendance is encouraged, but passion is mandatory. The NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship, first and second rounds, March 16th and 18th at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Maida Chevy has exclusive all-in-stock pricing on a huge selection of new 2022 and 23 half-ton Silverados in stock, ready to go. See all the President's Day savings at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads.
2823. What do you mean he went searching for fresher powder? We have full classes today.
Instructor down at Vesper Ski School.
Toward each other to snowplow, honey, not away.
She needs more ski instructors to slalom through the day-to-day.
Pizza, fries. Whoa, Braley, no, pizza.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
It never dawned on me how much walking I used to do until I bought a house in the suburbs. Like when I'd say, I'm going for coffee, of course I was walking, but now it's like 3 miles and no latte's worth that. I find myself inviting people on walks with me like it's a scheduled activity. This morning, my neighbor asked me what I'm doing, and I actually said, I'm going for a walk with Nancy.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
And Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
So we asked to start the show today, are the Kings a lock to make the playoffs? 66% of the people say yes.
There you go.
66%.
I like that.
33% not a lock until tip-off of game one.
Till tip-off?
Yeah.
So even after the regular season is done and set, Kings fans still aren't going to believe it until that ball goes up in the air for game one.
Little tongue-in-cheek.
All right.
I said I would wait until about another week or two before I would sit back and say this is a lock. Congratulations to whoever won the AEW tickets. We will have another ticket giveaway tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Our guy Ward in the YouTube chat,
and not happy.
He's been doing a lot of work to try to get these tickets. He's had no luck at all. Keeps calling, no luck.
Keep trying, Ward.
Can't break through. We had some LeBron news yesterday. We shared that with you. We broke it here on the show. LeBron's right foot issue, a big issue. He's going to miss some time. And now we're getting some more details about what's going on. Woj tweeted out today that James' right foot expected to be reassessed in 2 weeks to see how much progress he's made. The timeline on his return is expected to extend beyond the checkpoint. The Lakers reside in the standings where they are by then could impact how soon it makes sense for him to return. So ipso facto, if they're out, we'll see you in 2023, 2024, LeBron.
Yeah.
We're not going to have you come back if we have no chance, right? Makes no sense. And then
He probably shouldn't have been playing up until now. Somebody should have probably told him that sooner.
Well, it's interesting you say that because Shams Charania had some more details. I know the beginning of what Shams says here is information that we pretty much already know, but then he dives deeper into how all of this came about and when LeBron was reportedly injured initially with that foot. Here's Shams.
Yeah, LeBron James is expected to miss an indefinite amount of time. It will be an extended period that he will be out. I'm told likely at least 2 or 3 weeks. And guys, the interesting part here is I'm told he initially hurt that right foot in January. He was faced with the decision at that point to shut it down for an amount of time or keep playing on it. He decided because of where the Lakers were in January, and they've been most of the season just scratching and clawing, trying to get into the playoffs and trying to get in the play-in picture. He decided to keep playing on it. And then we saw on Sunday, he said on air, he heard a pop. He somehow played through it, got back into the game. And this injury comes at a devastating time, an inopportune time. There's 21 games in the Lakers season left. They've won 3 in a row. They're 2.5 games back of 6th place. And now LeBron James is going to be out an extended period of time.
So LeBron hurt this foot back in January, and he was given the option of, hey, man, you want to rest or you want to keep playing? And LeBron said, I want to play through this. Now, I know that sounds like a warrior, and he's concerned about his team, and he's doing what's best for his team and all that stuff. I don't think you leave this kind of decision to the player. If there is a risk for further damage, if there is a risk for the injury to get worse, that should be a team's call. That should be the medical team's call specifically. Because if you leave it up to LeBron James, if you leave it up to any player or most players, most pro athletes, they're going to say, now I'm going to fight through this, man, because they see what's happening with Lamar Jackson, as we talked about last segment, right? If you miss games, immediately people are going to be all over you. Oh, load management, his foot's not that bad, LeBron's a drama king, all that stuff would come out. And so LeBron, when given the option, he's like, nah, I'm going to keep playing. I think the Lakers made a mistake here. You got to look out what's for best for the player and not what's best for the team. And if that risk was there, which obviously it was because he just injured it worse, you don't let this happen.
I get what you're saying. And yeah, especially a LeBron. You know what I mean? Like you don't achieve the levels of greatness that he's achieved unless you're the ultra competitor. And it's gonna take your foot hanging off by a ligament for you to walk off that court voluntarily and not try to play. And yeah, Nick, I always say that like coaches and front offices kind of have to be the adult in the room and make the reasonable, rational decision, because I think competitive spirit can cloud your rationality and your judgment. But my question is this: when I first heard this story, I was like, man, somebody's got to tell LeBron, you got to sit this one out. But then the conversation that happened in my head was, well, who can tell LeBron that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Is
a good question.
Is there anybody that LeBron genuinely listens to?
He runs that organization.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like, was it really anybody's choice but LeBron's?
I would hope the doctors, when we talk about something medically, I would hope the doctors say, hey, LeBron, look, it's not smart. TCG, he brings up a point here in the YouTube chat, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Give us that thumbs up, please. He says he wanted to get that scoring record before shutting it down.
That might be.
Well, he would have shut it down right after the record, though, too, right? And he went out there and he played in the All-Star game. And that's another thing, by the way. Look, if you want to try to play through the regular season and all that because you're trying to get to the playoffs, okay. There's no reason that dude should have been playing in the All-Star game if his foot was hurting him to this amount of, like, I could be one step away from hearing it pop. You can't let him out there in the All-Star game. Do a Giannis. Go out there, one play. If you get hurt during that one play, terrible luck. But go out there, one play, and you're done.
I would have let him if I had any authority to not let him. But if LeBron is his own boss, then I guess he's playing in the All-Star game if he chooses to play in the All-Star game.
So, we'll see. And I know TCG said, well, he took a few off right after the scoring record. Yeah, but I'm saying he would have just taken it off. He would have taken a much longer period of time off. Also, what really irks me about the LeBron injury and the Lakers now likely out of the playoff hunt, Jared Vanderbilt just wasting away in LA. The story was Monty offered, 2 second-round picks for Vanderbilt. They thought they had a deal done. And then the Lakers with Russell Westbrook and a pick end up jumping in and get Vanderbilt from Utah. Vanderbilt with the Lakers is averaging 8.5 points a game, 8.8 rebounds a game, 2.5 assists, 1.5 steals. He's shooting 69% from the floor and 50% from three. He would have been the perfect wing, defensive, do-it-all kind of guy off the bench for this team. And it irks me. I'm so sick of thinking that this guy ended up with LA of all teams and is going to waste away and likely miss the playoffs while the Kings could have used him. Dearly used him off the bench.
You know what irks me?
What's that?
We had like a whole segment plan to laugh at the Lakers today, saying that they wanted the Kings in the first round of the playoffs. You know what I mean? And now LeBron puts a damper on that whole thing. We can't even. Yeah, we can. Let's laugh at the Lakers for saying that they wanted the Kings in the first. Come on, man. You wanted the Kings in the first round? You did not want the. Who are you to say you want anybody in the first round when you're not even in the play-in yet? Dude?
Yeah, if I were them, I'd focus on getting in.
Get in the play-in, and then talk about who you want in the playoff, maybe, or just be glad you got there.
I wouldn't be having those conversations trying to map out a way to the finals if I were the Lakers. I'd be like, hey, can AD stay healthy? Can LeBron stay healthy? Yeah. Are we gonna get in? That would be the first priority if I were them. All right, coming up with the Kings.
You want the Kings in the first round.
Are you allowing yourself to dream big?
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender in the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
And brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Cell phones. They're attached to us every day. Mine is for sure. It's a necessity we all count on. The other thing we count on is our money. So why should you waste paying more for the same exact thing? The AstroTurf is greener at Consumer Cellular. Save up to half on your wireless bill, unlimited talk and text, flexible data plans, starting at just $20 a month. Their award-winning 100% U.S.-based customer service team makes switching easy. Keep your phone, keep your number. No contract, no activation fee at all. Get the exact same coverage as the major carriers. Backed by 100% risk-free guarantee. It's easy. Here's how to start saving right now. Pick up your cell phone. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword The Herd. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from Consumer Cellular. Dial pound 250, say the keyword The Herd, limited time, get $25 off your bill. That's pound 250, keyword The Herd.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave from my good friends at American Energy. Right now, get $2,500 off a new HVAC whole system installation. Now is the time to replace that system. $2,500 off a new HVAC whole home system. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting this off. Schedule today, 916-520-9990, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
What do you mean he went searching for fresher powder? We have full classes today.
Instructor down at Vesper Ski School.
Support each other to snowplow, honey, not a way.
She needs more ski instructors to slalom through the day-to-day.
Pizza, fries. Whoa, Braley, no, pizza.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
It never dawned on me how much walking I used to do until I bought a house in the suburbs. Like when I'd say, I'm going for coffee, of course I was walking, but now it's like 3 miles and no latte's worth that. I find myself inviting people on walks with me like it's a scheduled activity. This morning, my neighbor asked me what I'm doing, and I actually said, I'm going for a walk with Nancy.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pi customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pi Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pi, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypi.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pi Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Your home for the biggest matchups in the NFL. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Simone Rickford. According to Sham Sharani of The Athletic, Lakers superstar LeBron James is expected to miss multiple weeks due to a right foot injury. James shared he heard a pop during the Lakers-Mavs game on Sunday and continued to play through it. Now sidelined, James is undergoing further testing and conversations to learn the full extent of the injury. Sacramento Kings are back in action tonight as they look to sweep the 2-game series with the Thunder. However, as of this afternoon, the Bean team might be squaring up without De'Aaron Fox. The speedy guard remains questionable with left wrist soreness. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of OKC is also officially out for tonight's game. I'm Simone. Those are your headlines. Cattles and Ramie have your last 30 rack before game night. Welcome back.
Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Yeah, what's happening? Happy Tuesday. 30 more minutes. Enough gas in the tank for you, Ramie, to finish this one off?
Oh, yeah. For sure. I don't even need a second cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah, you'll just get it at home.
Well, 4th of the day, 2nd of the show.
I mean, you got to do something about that.
Do we, though?
Yeah, that's just no good.
I feel like I'm
that much coffee feels like it's a very dangerous thing.
I have high cholesterol. Coffee, if anything, will give you hypertension and high blood pressure. Never an issue for me. Neither of those things. I'm good, man. All right. Caffeine has no effect on me.
You do you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Kings and get your thoughts. So 35-25, 10 games above 500. First time since 2005 that they've been 10 games above 500. They are currently the 3 seed in the Western Conference. They're a game and a half behind Memphis for the 2 seed. Phoenix is 3 games back sitting there in the 4th seed in the Western Conference. And I feel like, this is the case with any basketball season. It's a long season and you go through phases.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the first phase of this Kings year was like, hey, this team's kind of fun. Then the second phase was, are they good? Then we moved from, are they good, to, hey, they're good.
Yeah, they're good.
And now it's, are they really good? What's their ceiling? These are the kinds of conversations that we have as the long season moves forward and we get closer and closer to, March and talk playoffs and think postseason. And I want to play for you a couple things from Malik Monk and Terrence Davis. First, Malik on Friday about kind of the importance of these games and what's going on here. Here's Malik.
Like 2 weeks before the All-Star break, man, Mike was talking about it, that we got to close these games out that we need to win because we got a tough schedule coming up after this. And yeah, he told us the same thing. We're going to see who we are. We're going to see what we're about tonight, too, if we're going to come out here and play because they're a physical team. And they've been in the playoffs a lot, too. So, and we want to get there the way it. And we did what we had to do.
It's that focus. This team is focused. They're driven. They understand the mission. They know that this is going to take a lot to finish this season out, get to the playoffs, and hopefully hold on to that 3 seed. Here was TD.
Sacramento hasn't been in this position in, almost 2 decades. And the importance of these last 25 games is just, you can't really put it into words, but going on, walking on the court and knowing that you're in a position to do something that has been done in, almost 2 decades, that should light a fire in you. For me, it's honestly, man, I was on the All-Star break just thinking about it while I was, somewhere else. I was just thinking about it and, trying to put into perspective how important these last few games are.
Now, Ramie, I have a question for you and the listeners, but first, Zach Harper, his rankings this week. Here's what he wrote, The Athletic. I don't know if I truly believe the Kings are on the brink of contention. I don't think they have the star power to truly contend, even with as good as Domas and De'Aaron have been this season. Although, if Fox is just this kind of clutch player for the rest of time, then that assertion by me will look absurd in every way. With all that said, the West is so open, and the Kings' offense has been so unstoppable this season. So why couldn't they get to the conference finals and flirt with upsetting everybody? Then Mike Brown spoke with Mark Spears, our friend here at Sactown Sports, working at Anscape, of course, with ESPN. Here's what Brown said to Spears in this interview. I didn't just come here to make the playoffs. We came here to win and win at the highest level that we can. And we're trying to win a championship just like everybody else. We expect to be in the playoffs. That was a given. I love that. That was a given. I've been saying from day one, I'm trying to prepare us for what the playoffs are going to be like long term. Ramie, here's my question for you and my question for everyone else. Are you allowing yourself to dream big about this team?
I was, and then I remember you guys were all looking at me like I was off my rocker, and I was like, this team could make the Western Conference Finals. Why not? And everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. And then the Kevin Durant trade happened, and I was like, okay, the Western Conference Finals probably aren't happening. And it's funny, Nick, over the weekend, lifelong friend of mine who he lives in Chicago. He just texted me out of nowhere. He was like, hey, man, can I watch your show on YouTube? I want to go and check out what you've been up to. And I sent him the link. And like 15 minutes later, he was like, man, you have some stupid takes sometimes. It's like, yes, of course I do. But which one specifically are you referring to? He was like, Kings can't get to the conference finals? Because I guess I said that after the Kevin Durant trade. And I was like, yeah, man, I can't see them winning a series against Memphis, Denver, or now the Suns with the addition of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And he was like, and we got into a conversation back and forth, and he kind of, this is somebody from Chicago talking to me here in Sacramento, and he kind of brought me around to, yeah, what I think they first of all, there's no guarantee that they'll run into any one of those 3 teams before the conference finals. So that makes it all the more possible if somebody else does your dirty work for you. And also, maybe I'm selling them short in saying that they couldn't win a series against any one of those 3 teams. The more and more that they keep doing this and keep winning games the way that like the game that they won against the Clippers. Keep going toe-to-toe with the Suns like they did the last time that they played them. I mean, I know what their record is against above 500 teams and playoff teams, Nick. We've talked about that. But I very rarely am watching a Kings game and go, man, they're just overmatched. They're just not on the same level as their opponent here.
It's a fair point.
And we don't see the Celtics. We don't see the Bucks. And most people think that the top of the East is probably better than the top of the West.
We'll see both within the next few weeks.
Yeah. So maybe thinking championship is a little bit too much, but sure, conference championship and making it to the conference championship and even shocking the world and somehow pulling off a series victory in that and going to the finals shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility or beyond your wildest dreams if you're a Kings fan right now.
So I tweeted out a poll today at Nick C Radio with this question. Kings fans, are you allowing yourself to dream big about this team? Again, it's at Nick C Radio. It's at Ramie is tweeting. Ramie is tweeting. And I was actually very surprised by the response so far. Option A was yes. Option B was no. Are you allowing yourself to dream big about this team? 69.2% of the people said yes.
There you go.
69.2% of Kings fans say they are allowing themselves to dream big about this team. And that's surprising to me because of all the reaction we've gotten on this show over the past several months, right? Throughout the whole basketball season of just wait, don't get too far ahead. 69.2% of the people that have taken part in that poll so far say, yeah, I'm allowing myself to think big. I know I'm going to come across as Debbie Downer, as I did in the first hour of this show. Even though I said I think this is a playoff team, I just wouldn't say I'm not guaranteeing anything to anybody just yet.
Here comes the Grinch, Whoville.
I am not allowing myself to dream big, but this is not about the Kings. This is a me problem. It's a me problem.
I love the Grinch, though. That's got me laughing.
I am somewhat of a Grinch, but, I'm a process guy, Ramie. And I think, when I was working as the program director here, I think people kind of understood that, right? I'm a step-by-step guy. I don't like skipping steps. I don't like thinking ahead too far. I think of the mission at first. Like, when I go into a show, it's like, all right, let's have the best show possible. I don't want to talk about, where can we finish? Are we going to be in the top 10 this month in ratings? It's like the focus is the focus. And so that's just kind of how I operate as a human being in all walks of my life. Like, I'm just a very process-oriented guy.
Sure.
And so for me, it's tough to make that leap from where the Kings were last year to what they're doing right now to dream big, which to me, dreaming big means conference finals or NBA finals. That's dreaming big with this team, specifically speaking. And I just want to embrace the steps. I embrace the steps. I appreciate the steps in the process. And, I don't want to sound like a 76ers guy here with the process, but, the Kings, it's all about the development. And honestly, the true fun part of watching a team, to me, is the growth of that team, the maturation, the development. From seeing these guys start at 0-4 to, making the move to, as I said, the phases of the season earlier in the show. And we've talked about that, even earlier in this segment about this is fun. Are they good? Are they really good? What's this ceiling? I love those steps. So that's number one. And I just think a postseason run is hard, man. So I kind of just feel that reality. I would love to dream big and say, yeah, but I just know getting to the playoffs is step one. Going from step one of making the playoffs to winning a round is a pretty decent step. Winning a couple of rounds and getting to your conference finals is a significant step. Getting to the playoffs for the first time in 16 years to getting to the finals is a just ginormous step. I mean, I'm here for it. As we said earlier, it's great for business, and I'm rooting for this team. I am. But, looking at it, I'm just a steps guy, so I'm trying to not get too far ahead of myself with this team. I'm trying to appreciate and enjoy this run and embrace what's happening right now without trying to think of what could happen in, May and June. I want to focus on this and appreciate that this team is 10 games above 500. Mike Brown's been a fantastic hire. Keegan's taking some big-time steps through his rookie season and making you feel even better about that pick. That's what I'm thinking of right now.
I think that's a very smart way to go about life.
I apologize.
Is to focus is to focus on what you have to like to have that end goal, that big dream in mind. But what do I have to do today to get closer to that? And you're right, Nick, that if you get too far ahead of yourself, you end up skipping steps or just losing focus on what you need to do today. That's why. Well, I guess Mike Brown is already thinking about bigger things, but I'm sure Mike Brown has his feet firmly planted in today. He seems to have his feet firmly planted in today when he's talking to his team and talking to reporters about what they need to do to get where they're going. But as fans, it's like I'm not. If I lose focus, they're not going to go out and lose to Oklahoma City tonight. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's okay if we skip steps as fans and let yourself dream big and then come back to tonight against Oklahoma City and no loss for it. You know what I mean? It's okay.
I know it's okay.
It's okay to go beyond
just
the process.
not okay for me.
I understand. I
don't set myself up for like heartache. I don't enjoy that.
I've always felt like one of my strengths is compartmentalizing. And so I can in one part of my brain go there and dream big. And at the same time, like stay firmly planted in today and watch the Kings and understand what this game is about.
I know I'm going to sound
what it
like
means for the standings.
I know I'm going to sound like boring football coach guy, but I'm just focused on OKC.
See, you're not playing though. You're not playing or coaching.
JJ shaking his head. Just focus on that. We got game night coming up in 17 minutes. I'm just focused on OKC. Is De'Aaron Fox going to play?
We coming at everybody.
Yeah.
You're not playing tonight, Nick.
Who's next?
It's okay if you're not focused on tonight. It's fine. Nothing's going to happen.
Can't change me, man. Who's next? OKC's next on the schedule. Then we'll get to who's next after that.
To put it in Simone's words here, you either like Disneyland or you don't right here, basically at this point. Ramie, you dream big. It's okay to get on the rides. Nick is like, look, we in and out, man. Let's go. What's going on?
Peculiar
I'm
fellow,
beating the traffic. I'm doing all of that.
Just don't want to get too far ahead. Just want to have shattered dreams. I have an outside-the-box option for a Kings lineup change. We'll get to that in your reaction in about 90 seconds.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The Sacramento Kings have come out of the All-Star break on fire and look to get their fourth straight win Tuesday in OKC.
One of the most memorable games in their 38-year history.
Coverage starts with game night at 3:30 on Sactown Sports.
ATM Mortgage.
Hi, this is Jeff Jarvell. Are you tired of ever increasing rent payments? Now's the time to look at building your financial foundation, buying your own home, and ATM Mortgage can help. You can reach us today, 916-338-9400. That's 338-9400, or online at atmmortgage.net.
ATM Mortgage.
License under California CFL and MLS 223-4889.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
With you 1 mile at a time during the afternoon drive. Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Release the job, release the time, release the strain, release the stress, release the love, forget the rest.
I think I just had an epiphany.
Oh?
I might be broken because of the Red Sox and grown up. That might be why I don't like taking anything for granted.
Yeah,
I grew
up with the Cubs. I didn't let it break me. We both had our share of heartbreak, and especially in the sport of baseball. And
True.
Scars.
Maybe it goes deeper. Maybe it's about my life.
We have a lot.
Get into that off the air. Maybe it goes beyond that.
We both have a lot of sports scar tissue built up from our.
That's true. By the way, we had a poll at youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Are the Kings a lock to make the playoffs? 69% say yes. Heck yes. 31% say not a lock until tip-off of game one, which Ramie especially liked. And again, I had a Twitter poll out there at Nick C Radio. At Nick C Radio, if you want to vote. Are you allowing yourself to dream big about this team? 69% again. Nice. I'm not making this up. Not making this up. Oh, 69%. 31% say no. So a lot of people dreaming big for this team.
I like it.
And I feel good about that for all of you. I do. I'm not one of those people that wish bad upon others.
I'm glad you can, is what Nick is saying.
Yeah, I'm glad
you're just a broken man. And
that's it. I'm shattered to pieces. It's fine.
Shell of a man.
I'm just going to fight through, JJ. I'm going to fight through.
We're here to help you, though, Nick. We're here, man.
But honestly, things are going great.
We want to bring you along.
Things are going great for the Kings.
We want you to enjoy this ride as much as we are.
I'm enjoying it.
Are you?
I'm not sitting there, dreaming of a championship right now. I'm not allowing my brain to go there. I'm enjoying the now.
I feel like you got eggshells under your feet.
Been a fantastic, fantastic season. 10 games above 500. But Kevin Huerter is somebody, as we get ready for OKC game night coming up in 13 minutes. We'll have game night. We'll have the pregame. We'll have the game, then the postgame. And I also want to remind you, since this is the last segment that we're going to have as a show before tomorrow's announcement, tomorrow there's going to be a very important announcement for Sactown Sports 1140. Very important.
Big
9 a.m. So tomorrow at 9 a.m., Dave and Jason will fill you in with that important announcement. Don't miss it. But Kevin Huerter, Ramie, his three-point shooting has declined every month of the season. And at first, the first month he shot like over 50%. He's obviously going to drop from that. He's not going to shoot 51% from the year.
Yeah, we said at the time, course correction is coming.
Right. And I mean, if he did, it would have been fantastic, but it's just not reasonable. And then he kind of had these, small dips. And he was down to like 40-some-odd%. Then he was in the high 30s. In February, he has shot 28.8% from three. And I know we discussed Malik Monk replacing Huerter in the starting lineup. If, let's say Huerter continues to struggle badly, and let's say you want to shake it up. I don't think, by the way, for the record, I want people to hear this clearly. I don't think there's going to be a change. I personally would not make a change because the team is 10 games above 500. I wouldn't want to mess with anything right now. I would not want to mess with that starting five. But if Huerter was, still struggling, shooting under 30%, through the next couple of weeks, we discussed Monk and we said that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work because, Monk's so important to the bench, et cetera, all the reasons we listed. But Ramie, would you entertain TD replacing Huerter in the starting lineup?
I'd think about it. I'd kick it around, and ultimately, if it was like a jump start type of thing where you thought maybe this would get Kevin Huerter going, whether it's the kick in the pants,
it's
that
a motivational
needs,
tactic,
or what, maybe just fewer minutes and resting his legs and getting refreshed for this stretch run is what he needs. If this was to give Kevin Huerter a little push or a little boost for eventually bringing him back, or hopefully bringing him back into the starting lineup, then yeah. But I don't think you're gonna really fix your whatever problems you have. And really, I mean, what problems? Because Kevin Huerter was brought here to be a scorer, and even with him shooting the way he's shot, Nick, this team put up 176 points a few nights ago. You know what I mean?
True.
So if it's to fix Kevin Huerter, to jumpstart Kevin Huerter and bring him back to the starting lineup eventually, yes. Otherwise, I don't think you're really doing yourself any favors, because I don't think this team is going as far as it can go unless you have the best version of Kevin Huerter that you can possibly have. I don't think replacing him with Terrence Davis, even the best version of Terrence Davis you can get, is going to necessarily get you where you're trying to go, or get you as far as you can go.
I would not do it, but there's an argument. I think there's an argument, because you could then have Monk and Huerter on your bench, which I think really, really kind of gives you that punch, that consistent punch off the bench. You could still close with Fox and Monk if you'd like. You could still close with Fox and Huerter if Huerter's on a heater. And I think if you have Monk and Herter on the bench, that much less are you dependent on Davion Mitchell at that point, because Herter is replacing kind of Monk's role somewhat in the scoring department, while Monk is replacing Davion's playmaker, ball handling, which he really hasn't done much of anyway. He's going to have that role. Also, we know this team loves taking threes. TD 38% from three this year, and if you want to play the whole 4 out 1 in with Domas, TD right now gives you a better chance to make those threes than Kevin Herter does. Defense, I don't think you take a huge step back defensively. I think Kevin has struggled defensively in plenty of stretches that I've seen. And I think TD brings a little bit more energy on that end recently than Herter. Maybe it would be the wake-up call. Maybe it would be a couple of games. Again, clearly, I'll say this, I don't want the move to be made. I think you stick with what you've got and where you're at now and not mess with anything.
Do you think there's any huge gain to be had from making it a permanent change at any point?
I guess it depends on how they play, right? I mean, if you bring Davis in and he's knocking shots down and he brings some of that energy and he's defending a little bit higher of a level than Herter is, and Herter kind of stabilizes that bench with Monk, and you got two guys who are scoring off the bench and shooting pretty well, and you don't have to rely on playing Fox and Domas so much, because now you got two guys who could be NBA starters and have been NBA starters coming off of your bench. I think it's an interesting argument because, you don't necessarily need somebody to quote unquote do it all in the starting five when you've got Fox and Sabonis and you got Keegan stepping up. So all you need Davis to do is park your Tookus behind the 3-point line, make as many as you can, and give us energy defensively. You'd be smaller. That's one thing. But I think you'd be more athletic.
If they had some kind of defensive stalwart who is just average offensively on the bench, who could, fill that swing role and play that position that Kevin Herter does, then I would think, yeah, maybe you do make a permanent change, because the other four guys, they can carry the load as far as scoring. They've shown that while Kevin Herter has struggled. But, I mean, Terrence Davis might be a slight upgrade on what you're getting from Kevin Herter right now. It doesn't do a whole lot for me, and I don't think a whole lot for them in terms of their chances of going deep.
I remind you all, guests coming to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. OKC coming up, Ramie. We got game night in just a few minutes. Do they win today? No SGA.
Do we know if De'Aaron Fox is playing?
Still waiting on Fox.
Right. Either way, I say yes. With SGA out, I think this should be a dub for the Kings tonight.
I'm not saying Wu-Tang. I'm giving you the W.
Giving you the W.
I could Wu-Tang. I can give you Wu-Tang now. Wow. Kind of double meaning there. Watch this out of nowhere. Pah! All right, JJ. All right, Simone. Great job. Ramie, you were pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I expected more. It was 90 minutes, but
really?
We'll work on it.
All right.
Yeah. Back tomorrow.
Always getting better. Always getting better, baby.
Hopefully we're talking about a win tomorrow. Till then, be good, be safe, be healthy. Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports.
Jump the broom like a preemie out the womb. My partner yelling.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
Sacramento weather is brought to you